Hello everyone, welcome back again with another new topic, that is what polygenic inheritance. And I hope all the topics that we had discussed before, you have gone through that all the topics and you understood very well. So today again with a new topic, that is a polygenic inheritance. In earlier videos what I have told you, one of the gene, a type of gene that we call as a pleiotropic genes, right? What is the meaning of pleiotropic? In that I have told you that one gene is control more than two characters. Two characters are controlled by a single gene. That time we call it as a pleiotropic gene. But in case of polygenic, what is there? A single character actually. A single character is controlled by more than two pair of alleles or more than two pair of genes. So that time we call it as a polygenic inheritance. For example, if we talk about the human skin, right? Human skin. So human skin is controlled by a pigment. Name of that pigment is, you know very well, that is a melanin, right? And this melanin is actually attributed, or it is present in our skin due to, or it is controlled by in our body by a three pair of alleles. So that's we call, or we symbolize it capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital C. So here you can say very well what is there. There are the three pair of alleles that control this human skin color. So more than two pair of allele control a single character. So that's why we call it as a polygenic inheritance. So along with that, you have seen there is a variation in different texture of the skin, color of the skin actually. So due to that, some of is having a dark, some of is having whitish, rust. So there is a variation, a number of variation in the skin color, right? So how it is possible? Because for the determination or for the characterization of the skin, along with this gene, there is a responsible of the environmental factor also. So environmental factor also responsible for the characterization of the skin. And distribution of the skin color is, now I am saying there is a three pair of allele. It means distribution of the color is depend on these three pair of allele. When the gametes are fusing, there is a crossing over take place between the two gametes and there is an exchange. So due to that environmental factor, variation will come out, right? So there is a possibility of the different type of color skin in the human being. So if I am saying this is the three pair of allele, and you know very well each character is having a contrasting trait. And here if I am saying these are the genes, so its contrasting trait is what? Small a, small a, small b, small b, small c, small c. If this is the allele pair present in any person, so that person is having a very light color of skin, right? And if the person is having this capital A combination, so that time person is having a very dark color skin. And when both of them is going to fuse, so maybe the possibility is what? Capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c. It means they are what? They are the intermediate between these two color, and we call them as a mulatto. So there is what? There is a possibility of different A type. If you have remember that there is a dihybrid cross, in that we took just a two pair of contrasting color, contrasting trait, for example seed color and seed size, right? So in here also we have what we are taking a three genes for a single character, right? So there was a possibility of four gametes. Now here I am taking a three pair of alleles. So now there is a possibility of how many gametes? 8 type of genotype in a gamete. So, and when these 8 possible genotype is present in a gamete, so that time there is a possibility of how many type? 27. So this is the polygenic inheritance. And the texture of the color depend on, as I told you, texture of the color depend on what? Texture of the color depend on this distribution of this allele. So that's why it is also known as quantitative inheritance. So this is also another name of the polygenic inheritance. So children, this is all about a type of deviation from the Mendelian principle. In that I have told you the incomplete dominance, I have told you about the codominance, then pleiotropic, and now polygenic inheritance. Now what was there? When there was a Mendel deviation is going on, so it means Mendel theory was completely discarded. So again there was a rediscovery of the Mendelian inheritance. So why this theory was not completely accepted that time, due to what? There was a certain reason behind that. What was the reason? So there is what? Again there was a rediscovery by 3-person, rediscovery of Mendelian principle or Mendelian inheritance. What was there? There was 3-person, Deveris, Correns, and Tishmark. These were the 3-person who has proposed this rediscovery of the Mendelian principle, right? So before that, why it was not so accepted? Because there was a lack of communication. What was there? Lack of communication. And there was, when it was communicating, along with that there was what Mendel proposed or Mendel proved his law by the mathematics. Right, that was also drawback, because before Mendel nobody has told about any biology theory proving by the mathematics. So Mendel put his result in binomial expression and he proved that okay, this is following the same, the binomial expression shows. So that was also not accepted by everyone. Along with that, when Mendel was saying okay, there is a formation of a gamete and gamete is going to be segregated during the law of segregation, so each character is independent to each one. So that was also not accepted, because that time there was a there is a no discovery of a gene. Mendel was saying something is present in the nucleus and he told it as a factor. He was not aware, okay, actually he was talking about a gene. So due to that lack of awareness, lack of the knowledge of the cell structure also, this theory was not completely accepted. So after that there was a 3-person, that as I told you, Deveris, Correns, and Tishmark. These were the 3 persons who has again proposed a Mendel theory, and we call it as a rediscovery of the Mendelian principle. After that, when they saw the structure of a cell, in the cell he got to know in the nucleus there is a structure that we call as a chromosomes. Now all of you are very aware with that also, ki nucleus is having a chromosomes, and chromosome is made up of what? DNA plus protein. And if you see the structure of DNA, so DNA is having what? DNA is having a base pair. I think this structure is clear to everyone. What is this? If this is the cell, in the cell there is a nucleus, inside the nucleus there is a chromosomes, right? If we are going to enlarge the structure of a chromosome, in the chromosomes there is what? There is a DNA. Right, and DNA is made up of what? It is made up of base pair, and these base pair, a group of base pair contribute to what? To the gene. So actually he was talking about the gene, but due to the lack of that information about the nucleus structure, he was unable to tell that okay, what was there. So after the discovery of the structure, there was a person, 2-person scientist, Sutton and Vovry, who proposed, actually who followed the Mendelian principle and put that rules of the Mendel in the chromosomal cell division, and that theory we call as a chromosomal inheritance. So actually what we call a theory of chromosomal inheritance, and it was proposed by 2 persons, Sutton and Vovry. So what was given by them? They just actually, if you know what is there, if you go with the cell division, you get to know okay, what is there. During the cell division there is a segregation of a gamete. there is a segregation of a gamete, and during that gamete formation there is a segregation of the chromosome, actually reduction in the chromosomes number take place. So if you remember, there was a G phase, S phase, G2 phase, and along with that, after that they enter to the M phase. Meiosis is there for the gamete formation. In the meiosis there is a prophase 1. In the prophase 1 there is what? There is a 5-step was there. That is leptotene, zygote, pegotine, diplotin dikinesis, right? So in that, what was there? There is an exchange of the segment take place, right? So what is, when there is an exchange of segment take place, actually that time there is a segregation is take place. And as I told you, chromosome is made up of a gene. So Mendel was saying during the formation of a gamete, if you remember, he was saying like this: capital T, small t, and he was saying this is somehow the factor that will segregate during the formation of a gamete. Actually there is a segregation of a diploid into the haploid chromosomes number. Nowadays, if we are aware with the chromosomes, actually what he was saying about the chromosomes. So that Sutton and Boveri put that Mendel principle, Mendel laws were over the chromosomes. So first was what? He was actually saying about the segregation of the chromosomes during the gamete formation, right? And after that there is what? When there is a when there is a formation of a next, so again there is a pairing of the chromosomes take place. So again there is what? In the chromosome also, when the segregation of the chromosomes take place, again there is a pairing during the zygote formation. So actually when you put the Mendel principle over the chromosomes behavior during the cell division, you will get to know Mendel was saying the same thing, means he was saying about the factors, and actually he was saying about the genes, and that genes are present where over the chromosome. So in that way, chromosomal theory of inheritance was given by two person. Name of that two person was the Sutton and Boveri. Now again, if the something has proposed, so it means it should be proved. So there was again a scientist. Name of that scientist is a T.H. Morgan, and T.H. Morgan along with his colleagues and his student, what he did, he verified the chromosomal theory of verification of chromosomal theory. Inheritance, right? So it was given by T.H. Morgan. So for this, he took what was one of the experimental organism. Name of that organism was a fruit fly, or you can say Drosophila melanogaster. Why he took this? Because the life cycle is too short. Life cycle is short. Differentiation between male and female very easily. Differentiation between male and female very clear. Then in a single step means when the next progeny will come, so progeny we get more in number. Progeny we can get more in number. So for our experiment they need more, so it can get more number. Along with that, chromosomes number are less, so study is very clear. So chromosomes number are very less. And when you see the characters, means there is a differentiation, and differentiation between male and female. Life cycle is very short. Progeny can be differentiated. More number is chromosome number is very less. So in that case, what is there? This is very ideal character for taking any experimental host or any experimental plant as well as animal. So this is the reason why Morgan took this as an experimental host. what happened actually when Mendel was saying during the Mendel saying or certain and Bovary was saying during the gamete formation there is a segregation of the chromosomes, or you can say there is a segregation of the gene. But actually when we see the DNA, right, during that if you see the DNA is having what, as I told you, DNA is having a base pair, right? So base pair is present where? Base pair is present over the DNA. If I am going to just make a straight helix of a parallel DNA, so what is there? There is the presence of a base pair, right? This is what I am, this is just a DNA diagram, means I am just going to be, this DNA I have drawn like this way, two helix of DNA I just put in a straight line, right? So now what happens during the exchange, as happened in the meiosis, during the gamete formation, during the crossing over, there is an exchange of segment take place between the homologous chromosomes, and during that period there is an exchange of basically what, actually the base exchange of the gene, right? So when the genes, so Mendel was saying genes are segregate, but what happens, actually what happens when there is a segregation of a gamete and segregation of the gene take place during the gamete formation, actually it depends on what, up to in what distance the genes are present, right? If genes are closely present, they will go, maybe they can go along with the exchange gamete. If the genes are far away, so they will not go. So it is the reason behind the variation. When the two gametes are fusing, that next generation is having a variation. Again, when the two gametes, for example, a couple is having a 4 kid, all the kids are different, they have a variation. Why they are having a variation? Because parents are same, right? But what happens when the gamete formation take place, during that there is a segregation of the chromosomes number, right? And when there is a segregation of the chromosomes number, there is actually what happens, there is an exchange of chromatids take place during the chromosome, in the chromosomes during the cell division. So when related genes are exchanging during the crossing over, if the genes are present closely to each other, they can pass to the next generation as it is, means the parental combination go as it is. But if the location of the genes on the same chromosome is different, right, they are present on a very far distance to each other, that time they will not go to the next chromosomes, or you can say maybe they will not go to the exchange gametes. It means parent combination will not go as such in the next generation, right? So by seeing this, they propose this verification of chromosomal theory of inheritance, and they propose two words that we call as a linkage and recombination. Linkage and recombination. So for that, what he did, he just took two of the experimental organism. What he did, he took the one body, that is what, that body is having a yellow body with white eye, and one is having a brown body with red eye, right? So this is what, this is the female and this is the male, right? And this is what the chromosomes, genes are located in the same. When we are talking about the linkage and recombination, it means we are talking about the genes present on the same chromosomes. So if we talk about the female, last pair of the means when the crossing over takes place, when the inheritance of the information take place from parents to the offspring, that time actually we are talking about the 6 chromosomes, right? So when X chromosomes is having all the genes, and this, if I am talking about this of the individual, means the genes are present where, over the X chromosome of the female, right? This is what, this is the X chromosomes. Now if we talk about the male, so this is the X chromosome and this is the little bit different is the Y chromosomes, and related genes are present where, over here, right? So in this case, what happens when there is a exchange take place, so that time there is a few of the individual has having a same type of combination that was present in the gene, and few of them is variant, means they are differ, they are the combination of both the parent, means male and female parent combination were there, but some of them is like that, those who are having a completely one of the parent combination, right? So why it was there? So for that they again took another example. In that what they took, they took a miniature copy with a white wings, and they took another wild variety with a short wings. Again, what was there in that condition, the position of the gene for the X chromosome is far away, means genes for that character is located on the X chromosome is far to each other. The distance between the gene is too far, but and same with the X chromosomes in the male also. But here if you see that genes related to this character is closely to each other. So it means the bonding between two, in case of this example, the bonding between these two genes is very close. So association between the genes is very close. So when the association is very close, so maybe there is a possibility of the passing of this gene from parent to the offspring as such, right? But when you see this type of example, in this case what is there, the related character genes present to each other far away. It means when there is an exchange take place, maybe exchange is like this way, so this gene will go to another chromate and this gene will go to the another chromatid, right? So during that time there is a linkage and crossing over so that time there is linkage and recombination is entirely different, right? So linkage and recombination is entirely different. In that case what happens, in this case linkage is more, recombination is less, because the position of the gene is very close to each other. But in this case what is there, linkage is not too much, so recombinant is more. So when you see this example, the recombination are very less, maybe 37%, maybe a 27%, and remaining is what? The remaining is a parental combination. So when the parental combination pass as such to the F1 individual or F2 individual, so that we call as a parental combination, and the term we use for this is the linkage. And the new character when passed to the next generation, so that we call as a recombination, and due to the position of the gene, so that is what linkage and recombination. Again another word we use, that is the linkage group. So number of linkage group is means the number of haploid chromosomes present in an individual, that we call as a linkage group. So children, this is all about your linkage and recombination, chromosomal theory of inheritance, and along with that I have told you about the polygenic inheritance. I hope all of you will get it very easily, because these are the very simple topic, and again we will meet with a few discussion of the pedigree analysis. Thank you.